Hello, and thank you for joining me. I'm Kimberlei Davis. I hope that you're well. South African activist and politician Winnie Mandela has died at the age of 81. Plus, student protesters at Howard University are in day 6 of demanding change after the university admitted employees mishandled financial aid funds. And Villanova wins it all in its second NCAA men's basketball championship in 3 years. Those trending headlines, celebrity birthdays, and your moment in history. That's all coming up next, today, Tuesday, April 3rd. South Africa is mourning the loss of anti-apartheid activist Winnie Mandela. South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa says Mandela will have an official national funeral on April 14th. CNN's David McKenzie has more from Soweto.
They're celebrating the life of Winnie Mandela outside her home here in Soweto. She was 81 years old, a struggle stalwart of South Africa. The late President Nelson Mandela was her husband, but she was so much more than that to the people of South Africa. They said she was a leader for the oppressed. What is the legacy of Winnie Mandela?
A selfless leader, a liberator of the people, a liberator of the society of South Africa. As members of the ANC were grieving for her loss, although we knew that she was old and ailing, but we still wanted to be with her to enjoy the fruits of freedom, and we'll always miss her. There's a word we use in an African language to say, "Watinta bafazi, watinta bogoto." You strike a woman, you strike a rock. That woman was stronger than the rock itself.
But she was also a polarizing figure who was convicted of fraud and kidnapping during her long political career. But here, outside her house in Soweto, it's a celebration. Cyril Ramaphosa, the president, was here. He said that she was a mother, a leader, and an icon, and she has an official funeral set for April 14th. David McKenzie, CNN, Soweto.
Students at a historically black university say they have no plans on ending their occupation at the school's administration building, though some progress has already been made. The protests, which began Thursday, were sparked by revelations of financial aid misappropriation at Howard University. But their demands also focus on other issues, including housing, sexual assault, and school transparency. Philadelphia celebrating once again this morning Villanova, the college basketball champs, for the second time in just 3 years. For the first time ever, the Super Bowl and NCAA basketball champs are from the same city. The party is still going on in Philly, and ABC's Kana Whitworth was there for all the excitement in San Antonio last night. She joined us from the Alamo Dome.
The Nova Nation has another national championship.
After the maddest march in recent memory, Villanova is the last team standing.
Wildcats bringing home a national championship.
It was a classic matchup pitting top-seeded Villanova's powerhouse offense against number 3 Michigan's dominating defense.
Wagner ties them up.
Michigan with an early lead, but that quickly vanished after Nova's sharpshooters took aim.
Yes, that's a 3.
A hero emerging off the bench, Dante DiVincenzo on fire.
He's in a different zone.
You have been called Villanova's best-kept secret. I can promise you are not a secret anymore. How does it feel to lead your team to a national title?
It's awesome because I know those guys all year. They hyped me up a lot. Those guys pushed me to be the best player I could be.
Dropping 31 points on the Wolverines, tying the most points ever scored in a title game since 1985.
DiVincenzo breaks their heart. There you go. Matthews. DiVincenzo. Bring it back down.
The Delaware native nicknamed the Big Ragu.
You're called the Big Ragu and some other fantastic nicknames. How does two-time national champ fit you?
I think that's the best one.
DiVincenzo celebrating the big win with his team after the final buzzer. And the polls in the Philly area greased for the second time in 2 months as the city celebrates the Wildcats.
On this day back in 2009, musicians Metallica, Run DMC, and Eminem were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Happy birthday if you're celebrating today. You share the day with comedian actor Eddie Murphy. He's 57. Singer Leona Lewis is 33, and actor Alec Baldwin is 60. Well, that's our time for today. You've been watching What's Trending. The news continues online at abccolumbia.com and on our mobile app. I'm Kimberlei Davis. Be kind to each other. I hope that you have a terrific Tuesday, and thanks for watching.
You biked here?
Yeah, you? I thought I beat her here.
I saw her at home in the morning once. That was the closest I've come.
Chloe Daniels, assault on a postal worker.
I'll take it.
Have you ever done a murder case?
You said assault.
He might die. Allison, Jay?
Not a lot of murder at the ACLU. A lot of talking, mostly.
At County PD, I had guys who probably had murdered. So.
This one's mine, then. Assist and learn.
What exactly did Chloe Daniels do?
I was getting my mail, just like a normal day. He was already in the mailroom.
Were you alone?
It wasn't Stanley, our normal mail guy. This guy was weird. He was looking at me. Yeah, it was just the two of us. Before I could even open the mailbox, he came at me. So I grabbed a letter opener off the counter. Really, the next thing I can remember is him bleeding from his neck. And then I called the police. I've never hurt anyone in my life, Miss Carlin. I was just trying to defend